I'm gonna give these kids some lessons on how to pick corn. But first you gotta find the corn patch. So here we go. Now you find the corn like the sticks. Now we're going up through here a ways. Away. Now, maybe we better get down. Yeah, here. Okay, right here, son. Ready to pick. See this? Let me show you now. So you go like this, see?
Yeah.
Here's the corn. Now this is a good ear of corn. This is ready to be picked. But now there's a worm. Now we don't eat this worm. So we throw him on the ground. So that leaves half of the ear. Okay. Now you kids do the same. See these big fat ears?
Yeah.
Now pick the big fat ones. Like see they're fat and juicy, like grandma.
How do you split them down the middle?
Like your grandma. See here?
How do you split them down the middle?
You don't. You just pick the corn. The ones that you think is fat.
I go up here. Let me get in there.
See, here's a...
It's starting to rain.
That's okay, we don't care.
Yeah. We got our
Here.
I bent the flint instead of the corn. Oh, this is a good fat one.
Yeah, we want to get these big...
Look, Grandma, look at this one.
Yeah, that's the kind you pick.
It's raining.
Well, we don't care.
Oh, here's a big one. I need a bucket. Now we have to go dumping in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Picking the crop.
It'll do. Well, that wasn't a job. That wasn't any trouble at all. But fruits of our labor.
Just
Fruits
there's a
of our
bunch of
labor.
yucky birds. Here, I'll scoot over. You put the
The job has just started. When we get home, we have to pull the shucks off the corn, pull all the silks off of it.
and shuck the corn. It's the pick of the crop.
Then we have to be
Cook
sure
the corn
all the
and eat it all
worms
up.
is off of it. And then we put it in plastic bags.
And put it in the freezer. And then tomorrow we'll put it in the microwave and heat it up and eat it.
And then, then next winter we'll have to eat it. That's the hardest part. Watch your hands. always wanted to know what kind of apples these worms are. What? And now
Is.
I'm gonna peel it when I go home.
What kind are they?
Yucky. Apple, Grandma, please.
you won't eat that apple. Take a bite.
What kind are they?
I don't know. They're not too good.
I'm gonna peel mine.
They're not too good.
When I get home, I'm gonna peel. They taste like corn.
Well, those are corn apples. That's what they are. I know now, corn apples. There's the pile. Take the corn there. We're going to load the corn. Oh, where'd those kids go? They're supposed to be here unloading this corn. Then we're going to clean the corn. Take all the worms off. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
Then we're going to, what did I say now? Clean the corn. And we're going to put it in a big kettle. Carry it in the house, in the kitchen. In the kitchen. Clean it. And what else are we supposed to do to it? Oh, get the worms off. Be sure and get all the worms.
Where are you going? Come back this way. Let me get your picture.
You guys play cards over here? Are you going to take our picture now, Mom?
I'm going to go change. Are you doing pictures?
Yeah.
I'm going to go somewhere.
Well, I said, that's the only thing to do, so we went. She got in the back seat of the car, it was the old car. I said, it's got a hole in the floor and it'll all run through. So that's what she did. She like never got out on the seat. She'd get out on the floor and couldn't get out. And I had to help her, and she said, well, I don't have anything to wipe on, so I had to get you in my purse. And I said, now you feel better? And she said, yes. She said, now I'm going to cover this up with some rugs. They had some more rugs. She covered that.
Kroger's doesn't have a bathroom? I bet you do. Yeah. Well, did you get any corn? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got enough for a while.
Well, see, they won't stay in one spot. Stop, put the fingernail polish right on. Stop. You get a picture of my fingernails? I said to them. He said, okay. He said, where you been? I said, how you like my nails? Got my nails done.
Hey, you like Linda's food?
Oh, let me see. Well, I'll do. See? How do you like what?
Lindagail's new image.
You can dress me up, but you can't take me out. Still a country girl, Grandma.
Where's all this corn?
make it do a flip. Smile, Danny. Oh, I'm gonna borrow the plant.
Alan, hold the chicken, okay? Could you stand back there for a minute?
Back here? Okay, hold on to the horn now. Come on. Come on, Blue.
Well, he doesn't want to go.
Get up, Blue.
Danny was talking today, yesterday, coming home. He wants to be a cowboy. I mean, by the kitchen. Excuse me.
Hold on tight, okay?
Here, let me hold it. Let's get a picture.
Get a ride, get a picture.
Get a card. Get a check. Oh boy, that's a handsome
You ready?
boy.
Come on, Blue. Come on.
Oh, Blue.
Don't be stubborn.
He went like
Said
this.
this is getting old.
He went like this.
Up to the yard and put it in her.
These gnats, if they don't leave me alone. Does Josh want to get alive?
Is he an old horse?
He's somewhere around 15. We got him when he's older now. He's 17 now.
How old the
That's
horse
pretty
is?
old.
I see all that like gray hair in him. I didn't know.
No,
if
that's his
his
collar.
collar.
I have a little coat. His father's that little coat. It's looks the same way. Got two coats out of that one there. The mother.
I went across the bridge
mother,
and
the
then
little one,
turned
she's
around
jet
and
black
came
and they
back.
both turned out to be like him. They changed collars. The horses did.
Mom, can you watch this?
Mm-hmm. Where do you keep what you do with
It might do it now.
I have 10 head altogether. We just ride them.
Real good.
You just keep them up on the farm? Don't y'all live up on Wall Street?
Bigger house.
Get that thing. I'm not as ugly as that horse.
Like, you know what a Flint farm is?
Not really. Mom told me where you live. One time I brought my kids in here. She does. She's so dumb. She doesn't even know what she's doing with this thing. That horse is more interesting than I am. Get out
Not
there.
to me.
One time I brought my kids in and I wanted them to see, I was going to show them about the country and all. So we wanted to take them up to show them. Mom said there were horses up at your, parents' place. So we went up there, but there were no horses there and you all weren't home. So,
We had a pup. When was it?
oh, it was a couple of years ago.
Mom, I want that butterfly.
We've been keeping them up at
Mom,
Flint's.
Mom,
Oh, you don't
I want
miss
that
anything, do you?
butterflies. I want that butterflies wings.
Josh,
You did.
60?
Josh,
You
you're
go ride the
next.
horse next? Ride the horse next so I can get a picture of you.
And then
Come on, Blue.
Old Westerns, and they had horses there. Stagecoach, rode on the stagecoach, and a train, and they rode the train out around, or the stagecoach out around in the, don't drop it, in the woods, and had the whole, the bandits come hold it up. So it was cute.
but the bandits never did come and hold it up. We just kept the money the whole time.
They held up the train.
you ever held up the train and then hold up the stagecoach like they were supposed to?
You know what I told them to do that time?
Which time you had the plane?
I told them in California, I jumped on the train, you know, was holding it up, and I didn't have the purse, you know, I wasn't carrying the purse, and I said, listen, I don't have money. It's the truth, Larry. These bandits jumped off, well, I didn't know what was taking place. See, I didn't carry a purse with me. And I sat down there, and buddy, up they came, you know, they had their face covered up with masks, you know, under the bandanas on. Wanting people's purses, and I said, look, I don't have a thing.
Was it real or was it fake?
It was fake. I meant, yeah, I meant, you know, I didn't have a purse, and I didn't have any money down in there.
She's filming you, you know.
Okay.
This is hot. Film Mommy!
Now, Shannon, you're supposed to look up and say something in the camera. How come?
Hi.
Can you tell me what your name is and where you live? On top of the mountain? Oh, you live on a big farm.
Camera or all that cattle and farming,
Just squirt the gnats if they bother you.
breaking hay.
Thank you, Alan.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. You kids thank him for doing that for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Danny, don't go back. She'll kick you. Oh, I'm sorry. Can we pay?
Flat like
What? Go ahead and do a handstand, I think. I just want you to do stuff on the back. But I'm pretty good at it.
Way.
We could be the perfect horse. Where's your horse?
Why don't you practice the song you know?
All right, let's go find your horse. Got a haircut. See, now this may be a good ear of corn for Timothy the Shocker. Yes, it is. Here you go.
Thank you.
Now, this is another good ear of corn. We like to make messes. See, look at the ground. All the silk everywhere. So, it's fun. Ew! Look at this corn piece.
Shut the dance.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Well, to start with, Daddy was adjusting a piece up here, and he arrested Ted Watkins. And he had a brother up there, John, the name of John, and they was gonna, all of them belonged to Ku Klux Klans, and they was gonna beat Poppy up. And John was standing
Why were
behind
they
him.
going to beat Poppy up? Because he arrested John
Yeah.
Watkins?
He arrested his brother, Ted, for speeding. He had a speed limit sign up there in Winona, 15 miles an hour. School zone, see.
Oh,
Yeah.
Grandpa
Arrested Ted Watkins.
and they got mad.
Yeah, they got mad over it, and so they took him up and tried him. They found him guilty. And then John and them kind of waylaid us down there on the road below the Justice Peace Hall. And so I had a pistol on me, and I got behind John, and he was standing between me and Daddy, and I thought, well, if he pulls his gun, I'm going to pull mine, which he never did. And that went on from one thing to another. Then was a colored fellow was supposed to rape a white woman over here at Edmond. So they called Papa and told him they wanted him to come and take him to jail. And they told him there's 2 state police over there. Well, he went over, I believe Screwdriver went with him. And maybe somebody else, but anyhow, when he got over there, they had this colored guy wired with wire. And he was bleeding. His wrist was bleeding. So Daddy took the handcuffs off of him and put him in the car. Took the wire off of him and put handcuffs on him and started to Fayetteville with him. Well, when he got to Fayetteville, they couldn't drive up to the jailhouse like you can nowadays. And you had to stop out on the street and walk probably 200 or 300 feet to the jailhouse. Well, when he stepped out the car, he stepped out running.
The black guy did?
Yeah. So Papa shot up there and he never stopped. And they got the rest of the law out there and they hunted for him all night. And they never did find him. Well, he got away and they never did find him, and they haven't found him yet today. So they took for granted that Papa turned him loose because he had been driving taxi for Daddy in the past, see. And so they come down here then one night and wrote a note on the porch. Resign your office and leave the county within 30 days.
Told Grandpa that?
Mm-hmm. So we didn't do that. And so later on, there was 80 of them come up there. And we had dynamite planted all over the place. And Mary, she was to put the dynamite off if her gun.
I was talking to kids. Go ahead.
If her gun went off, she was to put the dynamite off. And we had a case of dynamite planted around where they were standing. But it killed practically every one of them. And Daddy stepped out and said, step forward and state your business. So they just walked up and threw a letter on the porch. Said, resign your office and leave the county within 30 days. Well, Daddy didn't pay him no attention. And they were afraid to come back because we towed them guns on them. And so they went and arrested me and Chop Sarks in later on for nothing and took us from the other side over to Oak Hill to try us. Then we went over at 9 o'clock and had it set late at 9 o'clock at night or maybe 8 o'clock. Anyhow, they held us there an hour to see if anybody come to testify against, which they didn't. Then they had to turn us loose. Well, Papa had a 30 or 45 rifle and 2 pistols strapped on him. And we figured it was a hold-up to start with, see. So that's the reason we took the gun, and so we stopped in Fayetteville after we left Oak Hill, coming back, and got us something to eat, probably 10:30. And this year, Richard Hatcher, he followed us in there. He was a trailer, see. So he followed us in there and said, Mac, that's a good-looking gun you got there. And Papa said, yeah, it's a good gun. So he stayed there till we got done eating, and he ate. We came on down Fayette Mountain, across the bridge, across the river, and up the other side. And Daddy was driving. And me and Choppy was in the back seat, and Kelly Arks, and Daddy was in the front seat. Well, when he got to Lansing, he ran around and left us, because he thought maybe we might go the Possum Creek Road. And they had their gang up there waiting on us, see, the Ku Klux Klan. Had their masks all on, their eyes cut out. We found all kinds of eyes up there they'd cut out, and masks. And we found out who all was in it later on, but it was a long time. Anyhow, when we got up to where they was going to hold us up, it of his car backed in against the bank uphill. And you know, anybody had any sense would know that he couldn't back it in there, and his starter hung. So he said, Mike said if I had a post, and I could get started. It had the roadblock, see. And so Poppy didn't get out. In the meantime, when we left Lansing, Poppy told me to drive. So I got up on the wheel, and I was driving. Kelly Arch was sitting in the front seat with me, and Choppy and Poppy and Screwdriver.
How old were you, Daddy?
Huh?
How old were you?
Well, I don't know how old I was, you know. Probably check back and see. Wasn't too old, and wasn't married or nothing. So they went up there, and Kelly got out and went up and talked to this guy. And he come back and said, Mike, that them fellas is all right. See, he come back and told Daddy that. And so Poppy still didn't get out the car. What they was going to do is shoot him down with some lights, car lights, see. And Poppy was sense enough, had sense enough not to get out the car. And Screwdriver was in there, he had the rifle. He was supposed to use the rifle. So when he pulled out the road, I started on the ride, and Kelly Arch went walking on up the hill. And so he stopped. I went up on the hill, and they had logs across the road. And so I stopped there and laid over in the car like this, and I said, come on, Kelly. And by the time while I was laying over, a guy ran around the car and had a halting shot. He aimed and hit Daddy in the head, so he thought it was Daddy. But it was me, and he would have killed me if I hadn't been laying over. So while he was shooting at me, Daddy shot him 8 times. But he was sitting in the back seat on his side. He had these 2 guns already in his hand. And when he shot me, well, he just put them 8 shots into him and killed him. And of course he didn't die there, but he died at the hospital. And so Screwdriver jumped out the car, the gun, and he just kept crawling, so he said, till he found him a log. He laid down behind that log. And so we come in, got some more guns and some more help, and went back out there trying to get Screwdriver to come to the car. And he never would come till daylight. So we went back out there at daylight, and we got him out of there then. But they'd cut all the telephone lines over to the sheriff's office, over to Fayetteville and everything, see. And they went right through Fayetteville, take this boy to Oak Hill Hospital, and didn't say nothing about nobody getting shot or nothing. Well then, so they shot us up that night. They took me and Choppy to Oak Hill to transfer something, you know, reckless driving or something. But that was just a way to get us over there, see. And but Kelly, he never would get in the car. He never would come up to where the car was, because they probably told him, you stay back, see.
Who wouldn't?
Kelly Arch, Choppy's daddy. He never would come up and get in the car. And I pulled up on this rock on the level and stopped. I seen them logs up above me. So when they started shooting, I threw the car in gear and took off and jumped them logs. Wasn't nobody there but me and Daddy and Choppy. Chief was out, so was Screwdriver. We know what Screwdriver done got charged with shooting. Just bam, 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 and they shot the back end of the car all up. Shot the glass out of it. Shot Poppy there in the shoulder. And so we come on home. And he went in and had that bullet took out of his shoulder. And so they tried Daddy then for murder. And they, all of them swore they was a deputy marshal. They said they wasn't there, it was deputy marshal. But they never could get the marshal. So they claimed that there was a liquor car, hauling liquor, moonshine. And they tried to hold it up, and we shot up on them. So they give Poppy 5 years. And he went to Moundsville and stayed 19 months, I believe, in 5 days. And they turned him out. But the old Judge Ramsey, Sheriff Ramsey, he was high sheriff over there then. And he let Daddy all the time he's over there, waiting to go to Moundsville, waiting for trial. Something of them carries pistol and everything. But he done shot his arm yet in a sling, see. And so when he got ready to go to penitentiary, Daddy let him go up there by himself, which had helped him, see. And but they'd come around and burn these crosses. Everything, people they didn't like, they burned crosses. And later on, Raymond Rogers fell out with him, and him and another fellow turned state evidence and told who all was in there.
Oh, really?
See, Raymond robbed a bank up here, or it took $300 some Hatcher sent him over here to the bank for him. Instead of him banking it, he kept it. Then later on, he robbed the bank, and they never did do nothing with him. And because he was a Klansman and a Mason, see. And so he turned state evidence to Judge Bennett over and told who all was in it and everything. But see, Poppy done got back in. That's the biggest part of it.
What happened about them burning the house? Gonna burn the house?
Poppy was in Moundsville then. And I had doubled over that night at Rosedale. I was working in the mines, working day shift. Nobody there but me and Mommy. I don't know whether there's anybody else there or not. I believe just me and Mommy. Maybe one of the girls or two. Anyhow, we were sleeping in that back room, like next to the old house. Then about 12:30, I got in at 12, and about 12:30 it went up in blaze. So some of them guys working come down there and poured gasoline in and threw the match in, see. There was a ladder up to the back window. And they probably climbed that ladder and poured gasoline in, see. And all at once it went up in flames. Well, we got to hollering around far. A whole lot of people come down, which a lot of them already knew it, you know, because I guess they knew it was going to happen. And we got a lot of people here to help us. And I had a lot of furniture pads. And we covered the house and had them hang down over this way, down over it with it, you know, and nailed them to the roof so they couldn't fall off, and poured water on them up top. And that kept that new house from burning.
Oh, really?
Somebody told me you all ran out in your underwear.
Yeah, it was.
Middle of the night?
Yeah, me and Mommy done went to bed. It was probably 1 o'clock when they said it.
Miss Richmond told me that Rich was on top of the house in his underwear. And they was handing up water to him to keep the house from catching. That's what Miss Richmond
See, that house, it burned down probably.
What house did they burn, Daddy?
The old house that we moved into to start with. See, he'd built this new house.
This house?
He'd built this, and one behind it was about 20 feet from it, back out that way.
Oh.
And it was an old house, and Daddy built a new house.
And that's the one they burned?
Burnt the old house, yeah.
You all saved this one?
Yeah, but by having them furniture pads, tacked them on the roof, and let them hang down over the front so it couldn't catch the front part of the, like that back there, you know. See, the porch about like this, we just let them hang down over it. He kept pouring out water from the top of the roof, and it kept it all cool. And that's all that saved that house. We had time with him.
Was that the story?
I have the book, Grandpa's book, that told how much they paid for the lumber for this house.
$935.
Ledger. I have the ledger that shows how much they paid for
Everything built a complete house. 6 rooms, a pantry, and a 5-foot hallway, I guess, for $935. And they shipped it in here in a railroad car from Charleston. Wasn't no trucks or nothing them days.
something lumber.
Huh?
Forgot now the name of the lumber company.
SQ and Smith.
SQ and Smith? I have it in
And
the ledger.
Grandpa Manley and Uncle Ben and Dane and Albert come up here and built it. And they stayed there with us.
They didn't come this way. They didn't come this way.
They went that way.
I guess that's all of it.
I see him up at the bridge.
Okay.
Well, now what do you want me to say?
Well, you can tell us some about your childhood or your marriage to your husband or whatever, wherever you want to start.
Tell
But it
about when
has
you
to-
were 7 years old, getting up and carrying water and grinding the coffee.
Yeah, tell us
I
about
wasn't
that.
even 7.
So these
How old-
I was
kids,
about 5.
When
Right.
you were 5 years old,
I got up, I had to get up about 3 o'clock in the morning and grind coffee. I remember grinding the coffee for my grandmother to make breakfast for those.
lazy old men.
I don't know how many, I say, I'd have to count how many boys there were. They worked in the mines. And, but I never could understand why that we didn't grind the coffee at night. You know. But anyway, that's what I would do.
And you were so small that you had to stand on
A box to reach the table to wash dishes.
can you be quiet over there?
She tell me what to say.
I
Yeah.
mean the broom.
Oh, yes, I've been washing dishes many a year. I had to stand on a box to reach the table, but I had to wash dishes.
Well, tell us what you got your whipping over.
We're going to the movie with Rich.
You got one before that though. You probably got many, but
I got
one
many.
of them for dancing. Didn't you get
Oh,
one?
yeah, my grandpa. Well, Hattie, my mother's sister, was there at the house. And we had this, they called it a Victrola. You wound it up with a hand like this. You wound it up like it. You put a record on. So Hattie wanted my cousin and I to do the Charleston. So we did the Charleston. About the time my grandpa come around the house, and the windows was right down on the ground. Well, he looked through the window and saw us. And boy, he came in there and he got that belt. He wore me out. But now I didn't anyone else get to whipping but me. But I think Hattie should got a whipping too. Our grandpa didn't last to dance. He said it was a sin. And I never saw a deck of cards till I married your grandpa. There wasn't any cards in the home. We weren't allowed to curse or say a dirty word, but we said them sometimes, but they didn't hear us.
probably while you grinding that coffee.
Oh, I had to walk from, about far from here up to your house, here, to do the churning. We had cows. So I did the churning in this cellar. They put me down there to do the churning, make the butter. Carry water. Carry the water to drink and cook and wash dishes. We took a bath once a week, whether we needed it or not. But let me tell you, we didn't have the clothes then that we have now. The amount. That's right. Then my grandfather died in 1930, in May. And I met your grandpa here. It was Easter, April, in 1930. Easter was in April that year. This was in April, let's see. My grandfather died I call him my grandpa died in May. And then we were married in August that same year. I turned 15 in June. We were married in August.
4 months engaged.
We're on 18.
Yeah.
We're on 18.
Well, when we were dating, I went to the movie one night. And when back then, they called it, on Sunday night, the movie didn't start till a minute after midnight.
Good. Great.
They weren't allowed to show, the movies on Sunday, so we went to a movie, and it was daylight, and I got in about 4 o'clock the next morning. Well, one of my uncles took a belt and wore me out for going to the movie. I guess that was a sin too.
What?
So that was 1930.
Is that dog? Is that pit bull dog?
Maybe these kids better get in the house up there. I don't trust those dogs.
So we went to, we decided we'd get married. So we went to Roanoke, Virginia, where my mother lived. And she said, no way. She wasn't signing paper for me to get married. So we came back and went to Fayetteville. Got married the next day. 19, August 18th,
1930. And what happened then?
Well, I had all those kids. Huh?
I asked the preacher how much he charges to go along out of $1. I said, well, here's your dollar, makes $2.
Yeah, we were married at the courthouse in Fayetteville.
Borrowed $1 from Nori.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but she never did forget it. She said, Rich looked around and said, Nori, what was she asking? Or you asked her if she had any money? But I can't remember anyway. That's a long time ago.
We were married in the courthouse.
Uh-huh.
Nobody been there and Nori.
Ruby. Herman's Ruby.
Was she with us?
Yeah, her name's on the marriage certificate. Yeah, Nora Beaver and Ruby Hokum. They were witnesses. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Rich said, when we come back to Virginia, he said, well, you want to go get married today? And I said, well, I don't have anything else to do. So I tell the kids, it's fine. So we got married, and we came, Rich brought me on down here. His mother lived in the same. He went to the pool room, and I never seen these people. He went to the pool room, so I don't know what time it was. I heard this commotion, and I looked up, and here was the biggest woman I ever saw in my life, I thought. Mr. Richmond was trying to get me out of bed. They had come to bell us. Maybe you don't know what belling is. Years ago when someone got married, they got a lot of cowbells and some old tubs and sticks, and they beat on those in front of their house till they came out and treated them.
They didn't treat him, they got the man or he want a pole.
Yeah.
So he brought the pole, go through all the board there, and just jump him up and down.
Yeah, they kept beating on the tubs and ringing the bells till someone come out and gave you some candy or cookies or cigars or something.
Oh my goodness.
What is it?
That's that pit bull. I don't trust those dogs. He's right up here, girl.
Rich? There's the dog.
They're on out there?
I don't know.
Oh, they are.
Get your bow and arrow. Get him, shoot him.
Well,
He'll be dead one.
so
That's what the
we lived happily ever after, didn't we?
We'll play right here.
I'm happy. Are you happy?
We're right here.
Have to be.
Well, watch out.
Have to
There's
be.
a pit bull.
50 what?
And that's
What?
50 how many years?
7.
I'm glad I think
57 years.
This year.
One man.
Huh?
Can you
This
imagine
month.
that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it. Is that a pit bull?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
18 this
You all
year.
stay down here.
57 years.
That's right.
Yeah, he's just right over there.
57
Just on the car.
years.
Long years.
With 15 grandchildren and 13 great-grandchildren.
Is that what it is?
The last count I had.
And there's the baby, kid.
Uh-huh. Here's the baby.
And here's the baby grandchild.
Talking about hard times. People don't have no hard times nowadays.
They don't know what hard times are.
Oh, no. We worked in the coal mine for
Here.
$2.40 a day.
Jump.
Sometimes we get
1,
one day a
2,
week.
3.
Sometimes one day every 2 weeks. We lived in the company house. And you have to yell
He
everybody
comes near me. This
garbing them for $1 worth of script, so you buy it at the company store. You never got no money.
I see him. He's over by the bush.
After so long a time, I went to Copper's Coal Company. We got $3.06 a day.
Big time.
And we're working 5-6 days a week. And we draw a half, maybe $30, $31. And we bought a new car on the new Chevrolet car, convertible. Paid $535 for it. It was a top car. And later on, 1936, bought one of the best Chevrolets on the market for $836.
Sing again, Grandma.
I don't remember. How's it go?
Hard times is having the IRS on you.
We'd be just well off on public system.
I'm thinking about it, Daddy.
People up the road here, won't work, and then they got a motorcycle.
Well, we figured out if I came back here, I could rent Barry's trailer or Francis's trailer, and the kids and I could live here on welfare, and Dan could go to Florida and live.
And the welfare will pay you rent.
And the welfare will pay my rent.
And they'll give you so much on your, for your fuel. And you get the commodities.
I like
And,
cheese.
Food stamps. And you'll be a welfare recipient.
Some of them get $300 or $400 a month cash.
And you keep your Cadillac, though. Tell Dan you have to have that
I have to
Cadillac.
have my Cadillac.
Yeah.
You got a
I would
car-
be underclass
If
in
you got a
Winona.
You got a car worth over $1,500, you can't get on.
Oh, well, it's in his name.
Well, you can buy it, can't you?
I could sell it.
You can sell it. You still, you
As
can
long as
still.
it ain't your name. You can't do a thing wrong
I'm
with
just thinking about this now.
Terry, don't you dare show these to nobody.
I won't, Grandma. You know I would.
No, I won't, Grandma. Listen to her lie.
Don't show it to me, because I'll be like Josh. I'll run into the room and hide.
We're getting ready to look at it right now.
Oh, really?
So y'all want to say
Really?
bye?
We're gonna go get a pan and a rock after that dog and chase him away.
The
It's
light's
gonna be in
getting
his
low.
head.
I'm underlighted now.
No, it's gonna be in his head.
Underlit.
He's right
Underlit.
there.
Where?
I'd like to
Over
be
there.
lit.
And now he's in that door.
Or half lit.
Get!